Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Desperate Measures.
Welcome back.
So, the next day you set out from Jacuzzi to Misty Rapids. What is the marching order of the party with these people? Are you guys all together in one spot, or are you spread out through the refugee line?
On the way to Misty Rapids.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we'd be leading. Maybe Ebnur would be
probably
further in the back talking to people.
Yeah, we'd have at least one person in the back to keep a watch on the backs, but everyone else, but most of us like towards the front.
So who is bringing up the rear?
Is it a clear day?
The weather is partly cloudy today.
Does it have to be fully sunlight?
No, it just
For
has to have some sunlight. Yeah, sun scorch is appropriate for the day.
I'm going 2 sun scorches.
Ooh.
Double sun scorch.
I think I'd be hanging out next to Mr. Vaughn. It seems to be my fighter companion. I'm probably talking with him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
And we'll be. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I'm in the back.
You're in the back? Okay. All right.
Hit me.
Ooh, bold words to a DM.
Your 2 days go without any sightings of note. Sure, there are some wild animals here and there. You spot a bear on the other side of the river at some point, but it's well on the other side of the river. It doesn't give a shit about you guys.
Were we able to hunt like these 2 days and get them food and stuff?
No,
I thought that was
you're
our
trekking.
focus. Wait,
Well, it's hard to march a whole
Yeah.
group of people and hunt at the same time.
Okay.
And with a group this large, you can't even go at full speed because someone's always a little something, and the whole group sort of has to slow down, and you get like a lower average walking pace. So it takes you a long time. So after a day and a half, you arrive in Misty Rapids, which is also a ruined town, although maybe not as much as Jacuzzi. There is a trail or a path that leads south of Misty Rapids, and then the main town basically runs right along the river, with one main road through it and a whole bunch of roads that branch off. The wooden buildings are long burned down. The stone buildings are semi-intact, but a little bit better than Jacuzzi. It's a bit more of a spread out town, so damage from one building doesn't spread to the other as rapidly here.
All right, well, welcome to Misty Rapids, I assume. And I will assume like there's like certain like cliques or whatever who have formed, like maybe like the fisherman clique all talk with each other. Fishermen go with Joka and Vaughn. They're gonna take you over to the thing. Jeb, will you go hunting? And what do you? I mean, I'll go to Jeb. Do you think there's anything more useful than I could do than read to? I guess
We
keeping
should-
people's spirits up is good, but
Keeping people's spirits up, but we've never been here. Be on the lookout for anything useful.
okay.
Try and scrounge up some sort of food. I highly doubt anything's left. I'm sure wild animals would have gotten to it by now. But it never hurts to check. Maybe someone left some seeds or something. I don't know.
All right. I guess then when they all leave, I'll gather up all the children and all the old people and say, all right, I need y'all to go about in every single building and go through all the stuff, see if you can find anything of use. Swords, daggers, a bow, food. Maybe an old person can show a young person, bring cloth back, anything, everything. Bring it all here. And then I'll point to the ground. We'll make a big pile and we'll sort it out later. And I'll go and rummage too.
All right. Y'all rummage.
And the river's just right outside of town, right? For me
It's
to walk
right
over
on the edge of town.
real
You're
close.
you're within town on the river, basically.
Okay. So
yeah.
after we show him that, I need to do some survival so I can eat.
Okay, give us some survival skills here.
You get me food too.
Yeah, I can. How many rolls do I get, Neal?
Let's see. You can do another 2 rolls today.
Fuck,
Both
nice.
successes. Lovely. And
For 4,
Nice.
so I
you
can feed us all.
the party. Excellent. Do
Oh,
mark off
nice.
4 rations for yesterday's food, If you ate yesterday, that is. And if you did eat, then you were eating in front of everyone else when they didn't have any food. I don't know how you feel about that.
Not gonna eat.
Not gonna eat? Alright, so for most of you, you've gone a couple days without food now, at least. And
It's a grumbling.
yeah. And Joka shows up. He's scavenged some stuff. How do you bring this to the party without sharing it with the others?
Well, I just put it in my bag. Well, I ate my portion when I was out scavenging, so that way I've got one less that I have to show to people. I don't know if Vaughn came with me or not, but while I was out, I would have given it to him, so that's his problem at that point, what he wants to do with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you out with me, or are you doing other stuff?
Yeah, I think I was out with you because the assumption is that at some point we're gonna look at some logs or lumber or something like that to get these people some sort of shelter in the future.
Right.
Yeah.
So you dropped them off at the river and then did your thing, and the two of you got to get food. So how do you get food to Ebnur and Jebediah?
Well, at night, I imagine we're probably in one of the burned down buildings. So I just keep it in until it's later at night, when everyone's kind of off on their own, and just kind of, guys, the food's in the bag if you need some. Just
got it.
I got enough for you today. Just make sure you know.
The peasants are none the wiser.
How are well, I haven't eaten yet, but how's the fishing going for them?
Let's see. How
They got a
are the
long
stocks?
time to fish.
Probably definitely better than what it was.
Hopefully.
Yeah, it is better than it was in Jacuzzi, which was downright terrible. But it looks like their tools are pretty limited. They got to do spear fishing, which is really hard because the reef. Oh, what is the effect called when
Refraction.
Is it refraction when the water is slightly displaced? Okay, great. The refraction in the water, displaces fish, and spearfishing is hard if you don't know what you're doing. So they can catch a few things here and there, and someone begins to try and fashion a pole, but they need some sinew for a line and some other stuff. But some people are getting food. It's still not enough to feed everybody. There are clearly some people in this party that haven't eaten in 5 or 6 days.
Okay.
But as you so eloquently said during the break, it's not your problem.
It's my problem.
Yeah.
I'm here to fix it.
Yeah. All right, let's do the hunting.
Excellent.
Let's see how it goes.
Does he get 4 checks?
Ooh, first check is successful. You and your minions arrive, and you can spot a moose on your side of the river, just leaning over, drinking. On the moose are big ass motherfuckers. Scary beasts. They're like 8 feet tall?
Mm-hmm.
200 pounds? Big ass antlers?
Run you over.
Yeah, well, let's see.
Hit them with the car, they still don't die.
The car gets broken, the moose just walks away.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Yep. All right, 167 yards along the edge of the river.
I'll have them again stop and wait, and I'll start inching my way closer.
Okay. Inch it. Good. 147.
147. All right.
127. You're so close. It hasn't seen you yet. Oh god, the
And then I fucking
natural
trip
one.
again.
No.
Just as you're getting within range, you get to the right spot. You go to pull your
God, I hate these fucking
arrow
hunting rules.
from your quiver. I know, we gotta find a better way. This is kind of frustrating. You pull the arrow from your quiver, and it pulls a little awkwardly, and your arrows spill out on the ground, clattering against a rock. And the moose casually looks over where you are, and then just walks into the river and across the river. The river does get up to the moose's chest, which is a good 6 feet deep, but it just wades across.
Slowly. Could he catch up?
He could probably get a shot off on it while it's walking across, but
I'd probably just lose that arrow no matter what.
yeah.
Even if I hit. A moose is not something you go hunting on your own unless you intend to be out for a couple days.
Since our sole goal was to get food, does he have time for another hunting check or?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, this probably.
Fuck yeah.
I feel like the hunting, the actually finding it part, took a while, and then each of these takes 5 minutes or something.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and give me another hunting check here.
Perfect. I'm gonna look for preferentially smaller stuff that is maybe something more along the lines of a fox size, or maybe
Okay.
something between a fox and a deer, or if
Absolutely.
I find a deer.
20. So you will spot some wild dogs well beyond your
Mhm.
200-yard range, but their barking is well, they're alerted to your presence by 200 yards, and they start to bark when you spot them. So that's a pseudo success. I don't know how you want to
Yeah,
do it.
we'll fuck off. I remember what happened last time. I came across a pack of wild dogs,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and
they
I don't
weren't
have
friendly.
real friend is here to.
All right, one
Check
more
out
hunting
some.
check for the day. Let's get you something
how it goes.
useful.
There we go.
There you go. This time, you come across a what do we call it? A bobcat. Kind of small, but
Yeah.
bigger than a fox. And it is carrying a rabbit in its teeth as it sort of like prances down the road.
Perfect. Roll.
Yep, do it.
Let's go low.
Ooh,
It's
middle.
just about where we've been at.
All right, so that's still 2 more successes.
Yep. So this time, what I'll do is I'll give one of them my spear,
hmm
and I'll tell them to wait and be quiet, and I'll say, if I start yelling, I need help. And I know they don't understand me, but I'm hoping that the point gets across.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Okay.
hoping.
All right, give me 2 hunting checks. Fucking hell. These hunting
I
rules
hate this
are really
fucking rule.
brutal. We need to...
That is
Yeah.
insanely brutal.
All right. Before our next session, we're going to find a way to revamp these
All
hunting rules because it gets ridiculous when you have
Like,
like
I've
a
got-
10% chance
I'm
of
rolling
getting
at a
close
plus
enough to the
13
target.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
You should be able to get closer than 20
I'm
yards
really good
per
at finding
check.
things.
Yeah.
Probably just because I don't have time to just track everything down and like do it the long way.
Yeah. Hunting.
What does the
problem.
what's the bobcat do?
That's a great question. Let's see.
We had some success earlier in past sessions, right? Were we just
Oh, yeah.
really lucky there, or okay,
Pretty much.
okay, huh? Oh, or is this the result of like some of the penalties from hunting with
No,
inexperienced people?
that's just been shitty rolls.
Yeah, it's just
Okay,
the die
okay.
spam. If you call for
Okay.
enough checks, eventually they're going to fail one. So,
I gotcha.
yeah. So in this situation, the bobcat spots you, holds the rabbit in its teeth, and holds firm, staring at you. It's a hunter, but you're bigger than it. It's not entirely scared off right away.
Good.
You
That's
only
a 2 for 1.
did a pseudo success right there. So you're at
Yeah.
what, 136 right now?
136. Oh yeah. You know what? We need this. Bobcat's going to be a good catch,
And it's got a rabbit.
and it's got a rabbit. That's
Yeah.
a 2-for-1
2 for
deal
1.
right there. I'll get closer.
27. Yeah, you can get closer to it. The bobcat
107.
turns around and begins to walk in the other direction.
Perfect. So
Just
how
don't
far
bonk
is it?
it.
It's walking probably about your walking speed, but you did manage to close with this round, so let's call it 116. I guess that's 40 less than 156. Yeah,
That's what I have to deal with. All right.
max range.
Yeah. So that's
Bobcat.
going to be at a
Trotting on
minus
the road.
5 total.
+2 for
Gross.
back.
Yep. So it's
It's a tough shot.
yeah. So plus
I
2 for
believe.
back, then minus 5. So that's -3, and then I should 15. Does that hit?
I do believe Bobcat AC is not greater than 15. Yeah,
Perfect.
you hit it.
Perfect.
Arrow thuds into the kitty.
3 damage. And what does it do at that point?
I gotta find Bobcat HP.
It's
Uh,
And do I get my second shot off?
Let's see. I would say, how big is a Bobcat?
It's like
It's
a
about the size
dog.
of a dog, right?
It's not like a big dog, but it's like a medium dog.
Yeah. We're just gonna give it wild dog HP, which I believe is 2d8.
Oh, it could be 3 HP.
Yeah.
Could be. That is not impossible.
Dog. Dog, wild dog. Oh, 1d8 plus 1 HP. Ooh, even less.
This could be real good.
Bobcat has 3 hit points exactly. The arrow strikes it in the back of the head, and the Bobcat just
Nice.
goes prone.
Perfect. I'll give out a cheer. I'll stand up. All right, boys, let's go clean her up and bring her home. And,
They look at you confused, but follow with whatever it is that you do.
Yep. And then I'll go, and then I'll show them like where I hit it. Pull the arrow out.
Skin it.
We probably carry that back with us before I clean it up, just so I can show everyone like, hey, this is useful. Don't eat this. Don't break open the stomach inside the animal.
And if
Feel
you're
like
gonna
that.
like show him like that, I can convey it to him too.
Yeah.
Because I think those things probably should be conveyed with words.
Yeah. Like, hey, don't break open these organs when it's inside, or else you're gonna get fucked.
Don't eat this. You can eat this. Weird thing.
Yeah. Basically show them all the useful parts of the animal, and then we've got some sinew for people to make strings out of.
Did
We've
my
got some food for everyone.
Did my children and the old people find anything? And did I find anything in the even cloth or?
Yeah, you'll find some bits of everything here. In a ruined house, you find a wardrobe still with clothes and some shoes. Over in this area, there's maybe a bag of flour that has somehow avoided the rain thus far over the last year that has been abandoned here. You can find some small supplies here and there.
We'll group it all up in the middle of town, and then we'll figure out what to do with it when everybody's back.
Okay. Well, the party can reconvene that night, the first day here in town. And what's the plan?
To make a stew? Can you put flour in
Yep.
stew too?
Sure, yeah, you can add flour to a stew. It'll thicken it and give it a sweetish
Yeah.
taste.
Make a stew, feed people. Like some of the vegetables that people found throughout the day go in there, so it's more than just meat and water.
I'll pass out the clothes to people who need it. If there's any I don't know, fishing line or anything we could use as fishing line, stuff like that, kind of give it to let the fishermen take a pick over it, see if they can find anything.
Yeah, there's supplies here. The real question is, how much responsibility do you want to take for these people's lives? Are you going to be their new saviors?
I want to get them set up, and then it seems like we're pretty close to getting them set up, right? They have a town now, they have a nice fishing spot. He's showing them how to skin things, how to hunt things, stuff like that. I don't think we're gonna always be here to guide them and help them, but at least getting them off their feet is nice. They were able to live in the other town, so I assume that they're able to figure it out here.
Okay.
They've got some sort of food. They've got some form of shelter. There's as good a spot as we're going to be able to get them in, I think. Maybe stay another day with them to really make sure they're okay, but then move on after that.
I'm going to make sure that the fishermen start actually coming back with all the fish instead of eating it themselves.
Yeah,
that's a
that
big
might be
issue because that could be good for stew and stuff. I think that's an easier way to feed everybody.
Do you tell the fishermen to bring back the food and share it with everyone, even if it's not enough for everyone?
Correct.
Not enough for everyone in some stew is better than most of the people dying from starvation.
This is true. Okay. Well, that day passes. We'll mark it off on the calendars.
How's everybody's doing? Is everybody happy or?
No one's happy.
No
Most
one's
of them
happy, really? Are they happier?
Most of the people have not eaten in a few days. Each day that passes is another day without food, is
they just
less
got
happy
food.
and less happy.
Well, how many people didn't get fed today?
You got 35 people. You've got the bobcat and the rabbit and a few fish here and there. So
I'm gonna
I would
share
say that
whatever food I had, because I had a whole thing of food from Will Joka.
maybe maybe 15 people of the 35 got food today, so it's not great.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, did they find anything useful in town? I think we asked that already, but I don't remember.
And
the
a
answer.
bag of flour.
They found
Bag
some
of flour,
flour,
okay.
some clothes, some shoes over here, some of this over there, a few minor things, nothing in great condition, but enough to stuff. Yeah. All right. We can close the Tassel. Here we go. Close the door on this day and start the next one. Group is going about doing whatever they can, trying to find food. Some people head south, looking to see if any of the fields that have been left empty maybe just started regrowing crops on their own that maybe survived the winter and might still have some grain on them. Maybe.
I'll go up to Joka. Maybe you could teach the people what berries to look for and stuff like that. Because if you think it could help them.
Yeah, I mean, I could take some out with me when I go looking for my survival today. I should have all day to do it, so I should be able to bring back enough food for us and some of the others.
I think even if you show them what's good, then maybe you could send them out on their own, and maybe if you and we get lucky, find a big berry plant, they can bring it back as well.
All right, we can do that. I can show them.
No harm in it.
No, I guess not.
And then Ebnur always casts his Cure Light Wounds on people at the end of the days and stuff.
Okay.
Maybe even what's Dispel Fatigue do? I mean, is that just a mechanic thing like fatigue, or could it be like gives them fully rested level of endurance or vigor? This spell can be used to negate penalties from long swims, jogging, running, or sprinting, or even accumulate fatigue points from either the player option. Do you think that would help with food or no?
No, not in the
Nope.
slightest.
Okay, cool. Got it.
No. That would be the...
If they're tired from traveling, maybe, but
Yeah,
like
traveling, but
right?
not really hunger.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I
So this
I feel
next
like
day...
some-
go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead.
No,
No,
you...
I was just gonna say, I feel like they might, if I don't know, like off of the travel from wherever we were, I'm sorry, Jacuzzi to Misty Rapids, if they were really tired, then maybe they would appreciate that or something.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Mr. Ebner, I know that we've been dealing with these groups, but I still would like to learn to read in the evenings if you've got the time.
Yeah, I think I would always teach you to read in the evenings if we have time.
All right,
Do
thank you.
your ABCs and
It's gonna take a while. An unknown.
it'll be mostly out
amount
of
time.
the Tempos book, so I am indoctrinating you.
All right, that's fine. That's fine as we go. I don't know any better.
Well, it is the next day. The people are here in Misty Rapids. They're sort of set up on their own. At least they've been given tasks that might lead to their success. Is it time for you to move on, or are you going to stick with them a little while longer?
I think we're gonna do one more day
Yeah.
before we go check out Thornwood.
Yeah.
All right. And what is this last day spent doing? Just the same same thing?
Yeah. So on this day, the way we're gonna hunt is kind of the long method. I'm gonna discuss with everyone. Hey, if we're not back by tomorrow morning, well, I'll be back by tomorrow morning. These guys don't have a bow, and it doesn't help for me to take them hunting when I have a bow. I gotta actually teach them how to spear hunt. So what I'll do today for the hunting is we'll find an animal and we'll basically chase it. Like, we'll get close to it, make it like sprint off, and then just fall. I'll use my tracking ability to follow it and basically get it tired, and then probably ambush it at night. Or just ambush it during the day with spears.
Does that sound good, Neal?
Oh, I thought you were talking to them, so I was intentionally not paying attention.
I mean, that's talking to everyone, but mostly at the DM for...
I'm sorry, I thought you were just discussing random plans, and I try not to pay attention when you guys discuss plans, so I can't metagame them. Give me the long and short.
We're gonna actually spear hunt by trying to get close to an animal, but tracking it. Specifically, some sort of deer or something that when we scare it off, it'll basically take off at a sprint.
Right, and then you guys can follow where it goes.
Follow where it goes, do that a couple times, get it nice and tired.
Okay.
What's
Cool.
the day like? Because I might go with him.
It is partially cloudy.
Okay, I'm gonna take 1 cure light wounds and 3 dispel fatigue. Because I think this would make it a lot quicker. Because I mean, we could run forever, or we could run a lot longer then at the beast.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go with him. With my
Before he goes out of town, I'll tell him to direct the people to follow me to go on my survival checks. So today I'll take him out with me to go help me find the berries.
Follow him. This means
I'll go with
bad.
you.
Don't eat it ever. This means this means like
Good.
good food.
Bad.
Bad. Always get this, like stuff like that. I'll explain to them and tell them to go with him. Fishermen go over there. Fishermen bring everything back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
I'll
think
accompany Joka on that too.
fishermen were able to, like someone was able to fashion a fishing pole out.
Yeah, someone got a stick and some sinew, and I guess they're just gonna tie a worm to the end of the sinew, because I don't have any hooks, and it's not gonna be great.
Can they not make like a stone hook or do some other form, even a wooden hook? Any type of hook would be better than no hook.
Yeah,
I think a wooden one.
a wooden hook
they
might
could-
work. Yeah,
Yeah.
Uh,
that sounds reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, we can make him a wooden hook, and then can we make a net out of any of the material in town? You said there was clothing and stuff. Can they make like a crude form of a net?
I guess they might be able to make a crude net. It would be pretty minor, not enough to really catch a lot of fish.
Could
But you
they-
could catch 1 or 2 with it, maybe.
Like scare fish into the net or whatever, and then like pick it up or whatever. I feel like it's in a river, so I feel like
I'll
how
let
many-
them make checks
Alright, cool.
for it. Let's not worry too much about the specifics of fishing.
Awesome.
Okay. And then,
I'll go with Jeb.
You sure you're gonna be able to keep up?
I got dispel fatigue. I'll be able to run forever.
Well, your legs are kind of short, is what I'm saying.
Don't mind my legs.
No, I'm saying all 4 of us are quite literally faster than you.
Oh, that does make sense.
Yeah.
I
Well-
appreciate the gesture, and if there was some way where you could meet us halfway, unfortunately there isn't.
I guess I'll stay in the village, you know?
Maybe you could go along with Joka and them and actually help him or translate what he is saying, because I'm sure gestures alone.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll go with them. I'll be the translator for the day.
All right. Let's do some quick checks. Give me some survival checks. Give me some hunting checks. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, here.
I'd assume that's 8 hours.
Yep. Then those
That
are all
is
successes.
100% success rate.
42. Nice. Holy shit! It's a good day for you.
Yeah, and I had
We're gonna
everyone
have a
fan
walk.
out as we do this, so we're not all walking together. We fan out in a pretty long Congo line, and we just comb through wherever we're walking. We just walk. I mean,
Mhm.
arms far apart, and as many people as I got. I don't know how many I did, but
Yeah.
we go.
They will work with you. It is late winter, so there's not a ton of available food, and it's mostly up to you to be able to find some weird leafy bush and be like, I know this thing's got roots that you can eat, and dig it up. And you work with the other people. They will pass some things by, but extra eyes always help. I think that's why you get so much food today.
Well, do they
Let's-
get any? Because that's just what I can do, right? So do they get any
Yeah, I
extra rolls for the
will-
food that they find?
I'll give them non-proficient checks.
That's fine.
So what's the skill? Is it wisdom based?
It is int based.
Int based. Okay. Int with no penalty, so we'll give them half checks or checks at half strength because they're non-proficient. So let me do this.
You want one from me as well?
I'm gonna give them. Need
Oh, I'm there
16 or higher. So 2 of them will find a little bit of food. So of the bunch of people that come with you, they can feed 3 people. I've put 5 people in your group with 3 days of food between the 5 of them.
Okay.
And then Ebnur and Vaughn, you can also make skill checks at half your int, see if you can uncover anything to eat.
How would
20 plus.
I?
So yeah, d20 plus 1/2 your score.
So your
You'll have to
score is
manually roll
7,
it.
so it'd be 3.
Okay.
Ooh, I have 7 intelligence, Vaughn.
Yeah.
No, you can't be perfect in every category.
Watch him roll a 20.
1d20 plus 3, right?
Yep.
You need an 18 or higher.
All right.
Oh my god.
Can't be perfect in every category. Yeah.
Dumb as a brick. Oh, this is food. You passed this
Got
food,
him.
Joker. This is food. How did you walk past it? It's a hamburger. It was just sitting here.
3 hamburgers right there. It's
Well,
a
how many
McDonald's.
hamburgers did he find? Did he
Come
find
on.
1 or 2 hamburgers?
That's just a
Give me
crit
that
that you
D2.
Looks like there's a Big Mac in this bush.
Yeah, give me a D2. See how many Big Macs you find.
Do you find 1 or 2 Big Macs?
Oh,
Roll me
I'm
a
sorry.
D2.
A D2.
Roll one, just one D2.
Yeah.
Okay.
One Big Mac.
1 Big Mac.
One Big Mac.
I'll take a number 1.
All right. The day begins to wrap up. The food
Excellent.
situation is still pretty tenuous here. Oh no, I'm sorry. We didn't even do
Hunting.
any of the hunting stuff. Yeah. Hunting. Let's do it.
All right, sweet. So, damn it, they're not proficient, but oh nope, that's not what I wanted. All right.
Are they getting better?
I mean, they're probably getting a little bit quieter, but it's gonna
Yeah.
be a while before there's like an
Yeah, it's not like a-
appreciable.
Okay.
No, 2
right,
days
sweet.
to learn. All right, so this
Cool.
time. Oh, it's a really big thing. What's a really big thing in the Tether Wilds? I think it's an elephant. Yeah.
Oh,
You
shit.
spot a lone
Jeez.
elephant, and it's not a big bull male. It's a female with really short horns.
This is what endurance hunting was made for, but I don't know how long it takes to run down an elephant. I'm pretty sure that's a matter of days, not
Not hours, certainly.
You think
not a day.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Shit.
The smallish female elephant with the smallish tusks.
Still a large creature though, right?
Still a huge creature.
elephants can only run short distances at a time because of their considerable weight and size?
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
But this is also going to get into
It'll be Neal's discretion, I think.
What are you gonna do with that?
Alright. Can't run long. Just gotta exhaust it. So I'm assuming at this point we've made them all like pointy sticks.
Mm-hmm.
So while we're sitting there, there's just an elephant.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna spend like straight up 5 minutes trying to explain to them via charades what we're gonna do.
Alright, charades it to me.
Alright.
Give it to me without any words.
Alright.
Or just grunts. Just replace words with grunts.
Alright. Unless I have to like describe I am holding my spear.
Right.
Because I don't have one with me.
To be fair, I think I would have
Actually,
explained that they're doing endurance hunting today. Like I would have said, like you guys are going out and you're running after it, but
yeah. All right, sweet. This Swiffer is my spear.
Sweet.
hell yeah, brother.
No, it's sweet.
All
All right.
That's good.
So I'll point at the elephant. Like, basically mock making some noise or yelling.
Mm-hmm.
Throw. And then
Okay. All right. They see the plan.
Yep. All right.
So
I'll give them the keep low, and this time I want them to follow me.
I have some questions for you before we get too far here. Let's say the elephant is this purple circle I've just made, and you guys had been walking along the road, right?
Mm-hmm.
So are you going to be chasing them this way, the way that you see them right now, or are you going to try and chase it in a different direction, which might spook it earlier, but then you would be running it in the direction you want, or are you going to attack it now and run it to the Tether Wilds? What is the angle
I
of
want to
attack?
chase it towards the river.
Towards the river, all right.
I don't know how deep the river is, but there's probably more elephants in the Tetherwild, and the last thing I'd want is to meet more elephants.
And they remember forever, so.
Exactly, they remember forever.
So you're going to want to circle around to the backside of the elephant, and then chase it northward.
North for you, or west.
Northwest.
Yeah. Like northwest, so mostly north.
Okay. Give me, well, if you get the party around to the other side of it, of the elephant, then I need one more hunting check to not close the distance, but circle it carefully.
Shit.
God damn it! Fucking hunting rules are killing us, man.
Yeah, they are.
Alright, the elephant gets spooked and bolts.
Yep, and then...
Which way does it
we
run?
run after it.
Oh, it runs southward.
Sure, whatever. We run after it.
Alright. All of you run after it. The people with you are excited for the first time in a while. They are whooping and screeching and hollering as they chase down the elephant.
As soon as it is gone, I give them the quiet motion, and then we just start running along, and I'm following the footprints, and I feel like an elephant footprints that are freshly made are easy to follow.
Yes, they are. All right, A, B, C, D, E, L, E, E, L, E, P, H. There we go. Elephant. Fantastic. All right, the elephant heads southward at movement rate, quite fast. But it can't keep it up for too long. It can kind of bolt for a little while, and then it will slow to a walk. And you can catch up to it again very easily once it slows its pace and you guys are still moving at a brisk clip.
Excellent. And we'll get back low. And this time we'll do the same thing, try and circle around, chase it back up north.
Okay, give me another hunting check. Close. It sees you, and it'll start going, instead of north, it'll just start turning westward as it catches you circling it.
Sure. Good enough. Do the same thing.
All right, you chase it for a while, catch up, give me one more hunting check, see if you can get to the southern side. There you go.
Hey.
Because the elephant is somewhere south of town. You managed to pull yourselves to its low side, underside, to its backside, the south side.
Yeah.
Right, and now you're in position to chase it northward.
Yep, and that's exactly what we'll do. We'll probably get a little closer, try and get it a little more scared, maybe even close enough to throw some sticks at it.
20, 40, 60 is the spear range. Yeah, so let me make a morale check for the elephant now, because it's been chased for a while. It's been being chased for a couple of hours. Oh, it passes its morale check with flying colors. It turns to face you, sticks its trunk in the air, and at you.
Keep a
Stomps
distance.
its feet.
Oh yeah, well, we're still like, I mean, the hunting proficiency just gets me like a couple hundred yards away, right?
Yeah, you're a couple hundred yards away from it. Definitely not with an elephant striking range.
I agree. And it's probably very tired.
But
So
it looks like after chasing north for a little while, once the town starts to come into view, the elephant turns and stands its ground.
Would I have
trumpeting at
heard
you.
the elephant?
Chase it back.
Towns
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Great question. Give me a perception check, both of you.
No.
You're really low to the ground. It's hard to hear things.
That's true.
Oh, that's right. You're in town. Where are we?
Great
Joko and I?
Joko,
back
where
to
are you?
Which way did we take him for our survival stuff? Probably south of the. We're probably just around the river, going up and down near the
Yeah.
water source. That's
Alright,
probably where most is.
Give me a
I would
perception
think.
check, guys.
All right, yeah. The river's not too far away, right?
Yeah, no.
Perception.
Unlucky.
The dump stat.
Click. I just clicked perception. I hope
That's the right one. Yep, none of you guys hear the elephant. You're all too far away. All right, Joker, it's you. Not Joker. Jebediah, it's you and your 3 hunter buddies and the elephant.
I'll circle around to the west. So basically, if the elephant takes off, it's going to take off to the east. I'm not trying to push it into town.
Are you bringing the people with you?
Oh yeah,
Okay. The elephant stands its ground. It
we're
trumps
probably
at you.
like spread out. All right.
Doesn't look like it's going anywhere.
Okay. We'll back off.
Send someone back for us.
No, they gotta figure out how to hunt something that's larger than them.
That's true.
And it's a mind game.
I think this would give them months of food, but yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll back off far enough away, and we'll just wait for it to kind of lose interest and just start wandering somewhere.
It'll start wandering, and you guys are just going to endurance hunt it, just follow it until it can't go nowhere else.
That's what we were born to do, baby.
All right, give me one more hunting check to see if you can stalk it until its breaking point, because I think you've done everything else you could possibly need to do.
All right. Should this one be with the -3 since...
Forget the -3. No, the elephant knows that you're here. This is just a matter of keeping pace and planning ahead. Alrighty.
Beautiful.
The sun goes down, and you guys are still following this elephant through the tether wilds. The sun comes up sometime later, and you are still following this elephant through the tether wilds, and it is getting tired. Every now and then it stops, and you catch up with it, and it sees you guys, and it keeps pressing itself. The trumpeting gets more and more distressful, until finally, somewhere on the second morning, the elephant turns to face you and tries a half-hearted charge at you, but it can't even keep it up, and it goes from like a quick gallop, and then a few seconds later, just a trudge right at you.
All right, yeah. At this point, I'll send like 2 on one side of it. I'll take 1 with me, and I'll let it keep trudging.
It closes to within 200 yards of you. Do you stand your ground when you say let it keep trudging?
No, we'll keep backing off.
Okay.
And if it... Yeah, we're keeping distance. We're not getting close to that thing until it actually collapses.
Okay. The elephant will follow you for the rest of the... kind of follow you for a while, and then try and run from you, and then follow you. And by day's end, the elephant collapses from exhaustion.
And then we start chucking spears at it.
The party arrives. The elephant dies.
Fuck yeah.
Excellent.
Dude, they're gonna be fed for like a month.
Yeah, they are.
Big boy plays. Nice.
Big boy plays.
Hell yeah.
Where are we relative to town?
You're just here.
God, that's where the elephant was, but you followed it during the night and the day, and
I have direction
you're
sense.
somewhere. You have direction sense?
Yes.
All right. Well, then you can head northward easily enough, hop on the road, and make your way back to Misty Rapids. But the rest of the party will have been without you for a full day.
I also have the compass on my sheet.
Ooh, perfect.
So.
Oh, nice.
Apparently this year has 29 days in February. So on the 29th of February is when Jebediah comes back with... I guess he's... What do you do with the other people? Because the elephant's too big to drag back to Misty Rapids.
My plan is we go back to Misty Rapids, we get people, and we go back to the elephant. Probably what I have go on is I have the 3 others stay there with their sticks and guard the kill.
Okay.
Or no, probably what I do is I send one of the other guys back home to get help.
Okay, so you send one of the other people back home.
Yeah, and then I stay with the kill because I was thinking about it, I was like, no, if something comes along, they could all 3 of them die while I'm gone.
Okay, so the other hunter will come back and can explain what happened, and you guys can bring support. And why don't we just kind of we'll just hand wave the rest of this, because the gritty specifics, while possibly interesting, are time consuming.
Sure.
And you've done all the hard work already. You got yourself.
I make sure that we get the ivory.
Yeah, there's tusks are small, but you can get them. You can rip them out.
Dispel fatigue, Jeb, when I see him.
Thank you. I'm sure the others would much appreciate. I hope you used one on the boy that came back.
I'll use one on the boy that came back.
Perfect. All right.
Because he's probably even more tired since he had to run home.
Yeah.
Well, the next day is going to be March the 1st. And I think that is when you leave these people in Misty Rapids with now an elephant's worth of food to get them started on their
How much do
recovery.
tusks weigh?
These tusks are pretty small. Let's say 3 pounds of ivory each. So 6 pounds total.
What do we think would be useful for Fizzub besides ivory? Elephant's heart, maybe?
Probably the bones and such. I think maybe we could come back through and whatever the town hasn't
I
used.
think the
we
ivory
could,
itself is pretty valuable.
Yeah, we'll take that. Okay.
All right.
We'll come back.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that it's probably the bones and such. I mean, we'll let this group here do the dirty work and get it all taken apart. I don't think the organs are going to stay well enough for Fizzum by the time we get them to them.
Is there like a person in like their, I don't know, 30s or something who I sense like charisma from, or somebody who I feel like could take charge in these like 5 or 6 days I've been with them? Maybe
The group has been pretty fractured. It seems that they don't all come from the same one village. There's a few villages in the area that they come from. Some of these people know each other. Some of these people don't know each other. Some of these people have grudges against each other. There's not really a sense of unity, more of just like this is where everyone is, and I kind of want to stay with the pack, but I'm also like, I don't really trust anyone else to keep me alive. I'm going to go do my own, what I think is best.
Has there been someone who maybe like goes between groups or something? Maybe like, I don't know. I guess I would think like there's probably like one person who is able to like not mend bridges, but like able to talk to everybody.
Such a leader has not arisen yet. That is a 1 on a d20.
That's fine.
It's just a mismatched ragtag group with no coherent leadership. But maybe someone will arise. These are the exact sort of conditions in which grand heroes are created. Trying
They'll
times.
figure it out. All right, I'll meet everybody up together. I say, all right, well, we got you an elephant. Taught you how to cook. Taught you how to fish. Taught you how to hunt. Hopefully y'all can put it together, and we'll be back in a few days to a week to check up on you. I think Vaughn taught you how to chop trees and stuff, so it's up to you now. It's up to the village. If you guys want to succeed, you can. I know you can. If you don't want to, then that's on you.
Right.
Just remember the kindness that Tempos brought you, and if anybody comes along looking for help, you help them too, like we help you.
They acquiesce. You guys can rest for the night and head on to Thornwood the next day. You can get, if you push it, you can get to Thornwood today. Really
Let's rest the night so I can get spells.
Yeah. In the morning, I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it sunny-ish?
It is sunnyish, yes. It's cold, though.
Thank you.
The temperature has dropped to just above freezing on this chill winter's day on your way to Thornwood.
I don't think we should arrive near Thornwood at night. I think we should get there during the day. Exactly.
I'd agree.
All right.
Can I get a perception check from whoever is in the very front of the party? Who is your
Vaughn.
leader?
Vaughn would be in the front.
I'll be in the. I mean, I could be in the front, but yeah.
He's the movement leader, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
His perception was really good too, right?
Oof.
14. Damn.
Okay.
Not quite good enough.
Not quite good. It is on this day. You are getting to the edge of the Thornwood forest here. Right at the point where you're like, well, we're not really sure. Our maps are pretty shitty. This should be about halfway. And you're thinking about going or stopping.
Probably going to go with stop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's right on the edge of the woods where you're having this discussion. And you are taken somewhat by surprise as two figures emerge from the tree line. Not along the path, but from the woods on either side of the path. And these two figures are reminiscent of that drawing that Mr. Ebnur made a few days ago.
Like ready and attack?
Figures have horns, they have teeth, and they have nasty, evil, mean eyes. They're 6.5 feet tall, they carry shields, they have little bits of bone kind of sticking out of all of their joints and covering their gray ashen bodies. When we come back from break, we're gonna see what these things are. See you guys on the other side.
Boy body, why nobody bragging about that? Not to be demeaning, but your true calling is carpet cleaning, just to get ready for that switch. The day's coming when you're banned on Twitch, and I'm gonna be screaming, ha ha, look at that bitch. That's what I got, boys. Is that fire? Did I get pogs or did I get ha-has?